So tonight we're going to be talking about Sega. Ralph, do you like Sega?
I love Sega.
I don't
was
know.
the
I
same.
know. Do you? let me hear that again. Do you love
I
Sega?
love
Love
Sega.
me some Sega, right?
Yeah, I love
And
it.
they made a lot of announcements this week, and that's kind of got some people confused. And I really want to know Ralph's opinion on this because Ralph's a diehard Sega fan.
Yes.
How does
Yes.
Ralph feel about these announcements?
Well, I'm underwhelmed, but it's worth talking about, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely underwhelmed. There's some things where I'm just like, what the heck? Because they were talking about this big announcement. It's gonna rival the PS5 announcement. Everyone's like, oh my gosh. So when you say something like it's gonna rival this major console announcement, then it should be pretty big, right?
That's right.
Or
So-
is it really, really small?
Right. Is your announcements actually micro? Like, I think
Yeah.
I'm guessing those in Japan. I don't know. I don't know. Are those in Japan like going crazy about
Like flipping out over this?
Yeah,
I know.
maybe they are.
Yeah, I don't know. So this is a weird one for me too because I loved the Game Gear. I had a Game Gear, super fun. There were a lot of really great games on Game Gear.
Right. Yeah.
And then, if someone asked me, if someone said to me and Justin, I want to know what you think. And it's obviously everyone in the chat chime in here. If someone said if Sega was going to redo a Game Gear, I would want it to be close to the original size. You know, obviously I wouldn't need carts anymore. You know,
Right.
like something that's more power efficient. I can play comfortably, but maybe it doesn't need to be the official size. That
Yeah.
would be really cool.
The Game Gear was pretty big. It was great for back in the day, but if they could re-release it and have it be smaller, but not micro, you know? Like and people would buy it, right? Like I think everybody's waiting like, okay, you're going to do the micro, but when are you going to do the mini, right? Like give us like what size screen would be appropriate? Do you need like is it like a 3-inch screen, a 4-inch screen, you know? Like
I don't know, not a 1.7 inch screen. I'll tell you that. That sounds, or no, that's 1.15 inch screen. I was giving it a little bit more. It's 1.15 inches diagonally. So that's a small screen. Actually, Mike had a funny comment. He said Game Gear for infants. Yeah, like seriously, it would actually be pretty comfortable for an infant to play probably.
yeah,
Um,
I saw this tweet that actually was really interesting. I thought it was insightful. They were comparing the NES Classic, Super Nintendo Classic, Neo Geo, PlayStation, Sega Genesis Mini, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, and the Game Gear Micro. And they were basically saying like, what about, cost per title? And it's like the NES Classic, $2 per title. The Super Nintendo, $3.81. Neo Geo, $2.75. The PlayStation Classic, $5 per game. Sega Genesis Mini, $1.90. TurboGrafx 16, $1.75 per game.
oh, these are
But the
interesting
Game Gear Micro, $12.50
Yeah.
per game. Like that's so much more expensive, right?
I know. And look, dude, look at this for a minute, though. When you look at the original, actually, that's not even the original. That's not. So when you look at it, though, right? Like this blown up picture, you're like, oh, that doesn't look like a bad size.
Because proportionally, it's a good size, right? Like that looks like you can't really tell how small it really is, but it's proportionate. I mean, the buttons are like bigger than they would be, right? But
yeah, it's just
if
it's
it
tough
was
for me.
like
There's a
this
couple-
big,
yeah.
and it would be awesome. But
I mean, there's a couple things that I really like about it, like being able to play Outrun as a handheld is kind of fun. I mean, you got some good titles on here. They did Sonic the Hedgehog, they threw in, but the thing is, I think the titles are spread across, so it's like forcing you to buy. Because like Gunstar Heroes is an awesome game. People love that. Anybody that's like a Sega enthusiast loves Gunstar Heroes. But it's on the I think it's on the yellow or maybe it's on the purple one. I think it's on the purple one.
yeah,
So you got the purple one has that game, and then the yellow one has the other thing too that people have been pointing out is some of them have a large amount of these like RPG games, and it's like,
Right.
dude, RPG and text is going to be a nightmare.
But
that's going to suck.
So again, if this is released in the U.S., maybe it'll have different titles, and so maybe they won't
maybe this
do
isn't
the
even
RPGs
for the U.S. Maybe this is not even because maybe it won't even come to the U.S. and it'll be strictly Japan, and they'll think about redoing it for the U.S.
I think the U.S. is demanding for something. There's a lot of talk about it. So if Sega's listening, then what they're hearing is, oh, they would flip out if it was a little bit bigger and had more games on it. In fact, you could sell it for $100, right? Would you buy for $100? One that has like 30 games and the screen is much bigger.
Yeah.
Like you would totally get it. So gather up your jackets, move it to the exits. I hope you have found a friend, with Zohar. Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some
of the beginnings. On the